Okay, so in the last video we did the Klesh crumbs. Today we're doing the Gold Impossible. Guaranteed quarter gram. So let's see what this thing looks like in the pan. Nice. Let's get over here. All right. So there it is, the Gold Impossible Paydirt from Klesh Gold. And yeah, so let's just open this thing up and see what it looks like. Sealed pretty well. And let's see if you can, it's raining, so. Oh yeah, look at all that dark stuff in there. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, it's wet. Since it's wet, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little water in this bag and kind of rinse it out too, so. And then we're gonna get this dried out, have a look around, see if there's anything in there. So, let me rinse this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I can see how this is going to be. So, I took a little bit of water, because this was wet, and so I went on ahead and I rinsed out the container. And I played with it a little bit down here, and there is some fine gold in here. I've picked some up here in my snuffer bottle. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm not going to dry this out. I'm going to go ahead and pan it while it's in its wet form. I'm going to be very cautious with it though and take my time, and I probably won't do the whole thing on here because there's a lot in here, and it's very fine. But here's a guitar pick I found. So we'll play with it a little bit, and then I'll probably pan the rest of it off camera because this is going to take a while. I can already tell this is going to take a while. So just trying to rinse this pick off here. And so yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and work this a little bit. See if you can see that. And then he signed the back of it. Cool. So we'll play a little bit, and then I'm going to do the rest of this off camera. Yeah, I'm not even going to classify this. It's so fine, this material. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not even worried about pulling the magnetites out. I want the challenge. I'm always up for a challenge. I've been doing this for a while, and I just want to see how much gold I can get out of here with just the pan. I've done beach sand before, but I've never done upper Midwest, or what do you call it, from the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to see how this plays out. I've obviously got my safety pan here, and I'm going to go through this several times and see what would come of it. So we're going to play with this a little bit and just see what happens. This stuff is so fine, it'll probably just go flying right out of the pan. So we'll see. We're going to play with it here. Actually, I'm going to turn this around since this stuff is so fine. And so these little Chinese ripples, they can play a great advantage, but there also comes a point where they can be a hindrance as well. And so sometimes I like to work on the reverse side of the pan. So we'll pan a little bit of this here and see what happens. Nice and slow and nice and easy. And I'll probably, like I said, go through this several times because it is so fine. Just what I found that was sticking to the bag. So we'll play around a little bit. It's raining outside, so it's a good day to do this. Just take it nice and slow. Make sure we keep this stuff, because even at this rate, some of that fine gold will probably float away because it is that fine. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm one of those guys I can pan down pretty fine, so. And like I said, I'm catching it in a larger pan, so if I have to, you know, and I will pan this down a few times, so. Kind of want to get a little violent with this, being that it's so fine. Oh, we got something there. Let's see what that is. Oh, piece of amethyst. It's a nice little, cool, man. the first time. I'm going to go inside where I have better light and pan this down some more. Because I know there's gold I missed. I know that. Because I was being real aggressive. But I got it all right here. Look at that, there's more. All right, so I'm gonna go pan through this again. Boy, when he said there was fines in here, he meant there was fines in here. Lots of it. So, we're gonna shut the camera off, go inside where I got some better light, and do it again. Okay, I don't even know. This little bit of gold, this little bit of sand down here has some really fine gold in it. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, but I can see it with my eyes. I'm just going to show you how you can very slowly, let's see if I can get up there. I don't know if you can see the gold in there or not. There's very fine gold in there. I want you to see how that if you take your time, you can pan that fine gold right out of that black sand. This takes time. I can see it in there. You just got to move real slow because that fine gold will float away. It's there. It's very fine. And I got it. Just work that black sand. Don't know. Trying to get it to focus here. I don't think it will. I can see it with my eyes. Just don't think you can see it with the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that little bit right there and we're going to capture it. Very fine gold. But it goes to show, now you can see up over here, you can see there's more gold up in there. I will get it out. It's going to take me some time, but I will get it out. Because I have been panning for a long time. And I have learned to become very patient. And I will extract with this pan. I won't be using a gold wheel. I won't be using a miller table or any of that. I'm going to extract this gold in this pan. All right, I'm going to keep going and I'll be back. Quite a bit of fine gold in there, so we're going to clean this up and then we're going to go in and redo it again. Okay, once again, we've worked some more black gold down or black sand, and it's got gold in it. You just have to go real slow, and like I said, I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. It's that fine. You can barely even see the black sand there. And that's what these gold pans are all about. Them old timers didn't have no miller tables or shaker tables or any of that. Of course, they didn't extract this gold this fine either. Is this really worth anything? Nah, probably not. I mean, by the time you add it all up, maybe. This is about the novelty and the fun of getting the fine gold. And I'm a very patient guy. To show you how patient, let's see if you can see. Yeah, it's a lot of gold up in there. Here, let me do this. Okay. Now maybe you can see it down in there. See, I get too close to the camera. There it is. You see it down in there? Still a little bit of black sand in it, but I'm going to get it out. But you can see the fine gold. I mean, I know those old timers weren't extracting that kind of gold. But I'm here and I'm doing it. All right, let's show you what we got now. Okay, we can work that up there into that corner. There's still a little bit floating back in here, but you can see all that up in there. So we'll keep working it. Okay, earlier in the video, and in one of my old videos, you'll see me do something that I learned how to do from Doc over at Gold Hog. Now you'll see we have that fine gold in there, and you'll see that we have some black sand. So I'm going to continue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my hand over here, and I'm going to tap against it. And what it's going to do is, you see that gold walking away from that black sand over here? And we're just going to keep doing that. And it's leaving the black sand back here, and the gold is coming up here. And we're just going to do it a little at a time. Now what we'll do is we'll pull the water back, so we don't, when we use our snuffer. Now we'll bring the water back over here very gently to where the gold is underwater, and we'll suction that little bit right there. And then we'll do it again. Okay? We will tap and walk that gold away from the black sand. Now some of the black sand, the very tiny bits of it, because it's so heavy, because Klesh was pretty genius when he did this bag. I'll give you that, buddy. But we're going to get it. Now we got a little more. We'll just suction that up right there. And we've still got a little bit more in there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. It's pretty fine stuff. But we're going to get it all. I'm going to get it, Klesh. All right, let's open it up again. And this is how you have to do it with the fine stuff. You just got to take your time. We pretty much got, now this is still the first panning session, so I'm going to go through that again. because I know there's still more gold down in here. You see that gold up in there now? It's almost all just gold now. There's probably some really, really, really fine black sand down in there. Okay, this is what we got. This comes out of the Klesh Impossible. A lot of fine gold in there. And it weighs in at 0.28. That's what we got out. So, there we are. That's the Klesh Gold Impossible Paydirt, quarter-gram guaranteed. We panned it down. We did it actually over a couple of days, but we got it all panned down, and we ended up with just over a quarter gram. So right on the money. This guy is right on the money. He guarantees a quarter gram, and we got that and a little more. So we ended up with just over a quarter gram. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to do an ROI on this. I'm going to let you can go to Gold Calc and Gold Calculator and figure it all out. Because I didn't pay for this. This was free. So you can't expect me to run an ROI because I didn't invest anything. So I ended up with, with some decent gold. Between this and the crumbs, I'm just going to add it to my gold collection, put it in my little vial. Sean, I really, really appreciate you being a good sport, man. You sent this to me, and I think that's very, very cool, man. I think it's very cool when people do giveaways and things like that. I don't buy a lot of gold. I don't buy a lot of pay dirt because I can get out and do my own. But for those of you that can't or that like to buy pay dirt, I highly recommend this guy. I'll leave a link down below in the description. It was very fun. This is a very difficult. If you're not good at panning, I would suggest you start at the lower levels and work your way up. Or buy a bag of each and then work your way up. But this is definitely a challenge. This was definitely a challenge. Very difficult. Mostly because of the fine magnetite that's in there. A lot of heavies. And it was very, very fine. But I'm very, very pleased. And go over there and visit Sean Klesh. Tell him that Big D, AZ Digger sent you. And I get no kickbacks or no royalty. But I also don't have a problem giving kudos where kudos belong. This is good. This is good stuff. Klesh is good, man. He's a trustworthy guy. So go check him out. Log on to his website and tell him that I sent you over there. Thanks a lot, man. I do appreciate it, Sean.